Good morning, everyone. I'd like to present you some work that we've done at Imerys on dispersing kaolin for printing inks. So basically, the issue is kaolin is a hydrophilic aluminosilicate, so it likes to be dispersed in water. But sometimes we want to be able to use it in solvent-based applications. And one of these is heatset inks for glossy magazines. And we need to make sure that the kaolin doesn't change the printing gloss. So we've got various options. Obviously at Imerys, we're doing the right processing so that we're reducing the amount of large aggregates in the kaolin by doing the adequate milling. But what we need to look at as well is really when the kaolin particles are included here in the ink varnish, that they're going to disperse as well as possible back to their single particle size and there are no agglomerates formed. That would guarantee that when the kaolin is added to the ink layer, that you don't get any large particles sticking on the top, because that would reduce the gloss, which is not what we want. So to look at dispersion, we've known from previous work that we can use primary amines. They work quite well. But this paper was very interesting because it also looked at more bulky amine to give extra steric stability. And the interest as well is there are a very simple dispersion test where we can use a kaolin which has high density, so wood sediment, and put that in solution, and we've used directly the ink distillate. And what we find here is some comparison of different surface treatments. So here, for example, this one, you get directly, very quickly, very large agglomerates form. So we can see that this is not acceptable. Whereas you can see that the second and third treatment look better, sediments more slowly. And if we increase the dosage of that treatment, we can see that indeed it sediments very, very slowly. It's just a few large particles here. And then basically that allows us some optimization. And the other interest is to look once the kaolin is fully sedimented, because if there's issue of flocculation, if there's not enough steric repulsion, then you'll have large flocks. So there'll be a distance between each particles. And there is an example here of a very large flocky structure. So with this very quick test, we can decide which surface treatment looks the best. And we've basically put the treated clay back into the ink and then done some printing tests, and we can see that we got very glossy surface. And here's an example of a very smooth layer with no kaolin sticking out of the surface. But gloss and technical is not the only thing we need to look at. We need to consider the health and safety of the treatment, also the viscosity, because we're spraying it on the kaolin, and basically optimize the cost. And for that, we're looking at optimization and maybe looking at some blends. Thank you for your attention, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.